Magik, issue number 2 from Marvel Comics. So we start off this issue with Magik and Cal in Japan. You might be wondering, why the heck are they in Japan? Well, because Magik decided that Cal needs to go sightseeing. Why? No reason really. She just says that I made the executive decision that you needed to go sightseeing because you've been focused too much on these seals. And it's just like, it's only been 3 days. How is he so focused on the seals if it's just been 3 days? Also, the fact that Liminal, the big baddie, could be destroying the 5 seals and regaining his freedom and stuff as they speak. And Magik is just like, yeah, but you needed to go sightseeing. And so they're in a cafe in Japan, which is one of those like cat cafes where they have like a bunch of cats wandering around that the customers can interact with and stuff. Magik wants to look at the seals that Cal has, but Cal refuses to let her look at them because he doesn't fully trust her. And it's just kind of funny because he just has the seals, like the papers, the notes, spread all across the table that they're eating at. And Magik is like, let me see them. And it's like, Magik, just look down. Just look down at the desk and you'll see the seal. You'll see all the notes. You can literally just grab one. In fact, in the very first panel, we see a cat messing around with one of the papers. They're just spread across in front of you. There's nothing stopping you from looking at it. So it's just kind of like, okay, whatever. And then we have the waitress that works here, goes up to them and asks Magik out on the date. Basically says, hey, my shift ends in a couple of hours. And there's this super hush concert that everyone's kind of talking about. I don't know how it's super hush hush, but everyone's talking about it. And that seems kind of contradictory. But yeah, she says that, I was wondering if you wanted to go check it out with me. So why is this woman hitting on Magik and asking her to go to this concert? What's the point of this in the story? Well, I'm going to be connecting all these dots later on, but just run with me here for a moment. Magik brushes her off. Magik says, no, we're busy. Rather than just taking that hint and leaving, the waitress keeps on trying to seal the deal with Magik. She keeps saying, oh, it's cool. It's this band popped up, yada, yada, yada. And it's when she mentions that there's been a bunch of disappearances in the area. Why would she bring up the fact that there's a bunch of disappearances if you're trying to get this girl to go out with you? Again, it's just for the sake of the plot. I mean, really, think about it. You go up to this random stranger, you start hitting on them, like you're asking them out on a date. And then you just mention the fact that, oh yeah, there's been a bunch of people disappearing. Would you not think that would turn the date off? Like they're already like saying no to you. And now you're like, but it could be fun. There's been a lot of people disappearing. A normal person hearing that, they'll be like, why the hell would I want to go out on a date with you at an area where a bunch of people are going missing? That doesn't sound normal. But yeah, instead that works with Magik because Magik's like, oh, people are disappearing. Okay, that sounds intriguing. Yeah, let's go. And so Magik uses her limbo powers to teleport them to the concert. So you guys can correct me on this because I'm not the most knowledgeable of the going-ons of current day Marvel. But as far as I know, mutants are being hunted. Right? Like everyone has completely turned against mutants. There was like a point where they even had their own country or something like that. So would it be normal for Magik to just teleport this new date to a concert? Like, is that something that you would think she would keep on the down low? And again, maybe some of the onlookers are mutants because we do have this one lady with like weird elf ears. So maybe it's a concert for mutants, which then just begs the question about why this Japanese girl would come up to Magik not knowing she's a mutant and completely ask her out to a concert of mutants. But yeah, they look at the stage and it's Ren, who's supposed to be dead. She died in the first issue. And now she's here and she's playing music and the music is doing something to the audience. It seems to like send out some kind of weird shockwave. And it turns out that Ren's just a demon. She's no longer Ren. Like Ren is dead and it's just her body taken over by demons or something. And when she starts playing music, more demons start appearing and start attacking everyone in the concert. And so as people are getting slaughtered, Magik goes to confront demonic Ren, and she's not able to. When she goes to attack, like Ren's just able to use her magic to completely freeze Magik. And it gets to the point where Magik gives in to Darkchild. And Darkchild starts using her powers to start attacking the demons. It's kind of weird, like everyone's like freaking out about Darkchild, but Darkchild, even though Darkchild is free, you would think Darkchild would like go crazy and start attacking people, but she's not. She's targeting just the demons and just Ren. She even creates her limbo arms that appear and start attacking, and it's just attacking all the demons. It's not going after any of the humans. And we have a moment where the Japanese waitress basically says that we need to leave Magik is going to kill us, that Beast was just playing a human all along. And that snaps Magik out of her funk. She realizes that, she can't be using the Dark Child powers. So she goes back to her regular non-Dark Child Mune form, and Cal comes up with this idea about how they can be able to stop Ren. And there's more, but I'm not going to spoil everything else. So the whole thing that I mentioned earlier, I was saying I was going to connect the dots later on. So here's what I mean by that. We start off the issue with them in Japan. They're in Japan to go sightseeing. Why they're going sightseeing when they're in the middle of a very important mission where they have to stop this guy from breaking all these seals, and they have no idea like how many seals he's already broken. They have no knowledge of this guy. They're just going to take a break to go sightseeing, and they decide to go sightseeing in a cat cafe in Japan. And they have a random waitress that shows up to hit on Magik and take her to this concert. The thing is that it feels like we have a bunch of like crazy coincidences happening just to move the plot along. Because if Magik had not gone to Tokyo to go sightseeing, if she had not picked that specific cafe, if she did not get hit on by that specific waitress who told her about this concert, who didn't take no for an answer and kept pushing, and that led to Magik accepting her offer, going to the concert, and discovering Ren there. Like, do you see how like all these coincidences had to happen for this story to have worked? Of all the places that they could have gone sightseeing, why Japan? Of all the places in Japan, why that cafe? Of all the people to be working at that cafe, why a lesbian waitress? Why that lesbian waitress decided to hit on Magik out of everyone else that's here? Why did that lesbian waitress not take no for an answer? Why did she bring up people disappearing if she's trying to convince Magik to go with her? And what are the chances that the concerts that she decides to take Magik to is the one that happens to be where Ren is playing? Like, what are the chances that all that lines up? It's like almost zero. So it's just one of those where like I don't mind the whole like waitress asking Magik out or any of that stuff, like whatever. Like I don't know enough about this character and her sexuality, and I honestly don't care. You tell me a good story, whatever. I just don't like the coincidences. I don't like the fact that we have to have all these things line up perfectly for this plot to actually happen. Why couldn't we just have Magik and Cal going over the notes and they discover a clue somewhere and then they go to check out that clue and that leads them to somewhere else, which gets them eventually to the concert or something? Why is it just a coincidence that all these things just happen to happen? Why is it that it's just random coincidences? Not just one random coincidence, but multiple random coincidences have to happen for us to get our characters to this specific place at this specific time so that we can have this specific event happen. To me, that's just bad writing. Like, you have one coincidence, fine, but you have so many back to back to back that have to happen in this specific order so we can get our characters in this specific place at this specific time for this specific event. Like, the chances of that happening are like astronomically low. So I just think that was bad writing on that part. Once we get to the actual concert and stuff, it's fine. Like, I like the idea of Ren coming back and being demonically possessed. Like, she's dead and now the demons are just using her skin, like her empty corpse, kind of like as a puppet. Like, that's kind of cool. I like the fact that like her powers are able to summon demons and stuff. That sounds kind of badass. The fight scenes are, it was okay. I do like seeing like the limbo arms coming out. That's kind of a cool power. I just didn't care for the beginning and all the coincidences that need to have lined up. Like, it's just, it completely took me out. So I'm just kind of like repeating myself at this point, but I didn't care for that. I wish that they had done something different. But other than that, yeah, this was okay. I still think the previous issue was a lot better. I like the fight more, and I like the character that she fought against, like the cowboy crow dude that can cause bullets to like explode and do different things depending on like the spells that he uses. I thought that was more interesting than Ren and her electric guitar. But I mean, the idea of someone using an electric guitar to summon demons, that's still pretty cool in my opinion. I thought that was awesome. Yeah, this was an okay issue. Second half is a lot better than the first. So there you go. There's Magik issue number 2 from Marvel. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you next time. Take care. Later. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still want to thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next one is more to your liking. With that said, thank you once again, and I hope you guys and gals have a good one. Later.